Hi guys, welcome back to Ms. Schleebecker's how-to tutorials. In this lesson we're going to learn about turning in our assignments using our Google Drive. Let's begin by taking a look at Google. So I'm just going to open up a tab. Make sure that you're using Google Chrome. It's a lot easier to navigate using Google Chrome. And you'll notice that I'm also signed in. So you want to make sure that you are signed in under your school Google account, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to access a folder that I shared with you. Okay, so right here are all the apps for Google that you have loaded, and over here you have the same thing, the apps for Google. So you can click either one. Well, for me, I'll click right here, and then here's my Google Drive. Go ahead and click your Google Drive. So your Google Drive is going to look much different from mine. Mine has a lot of folders. Sometimes you guys can color coordinate your folders, make different classes, different colors, and then below that you'll have files that you haven't put in folders. With the files that I have not put in folders, these files I know are just temporary files, and I'm okay if they get lost or deleted or whatever. But if you have something you care about, you should really organize it by putting it into a folder. In your Google Drive, you can look over here on your left, and I'm going to show you just a couple of really important things. Many students I see use this little tab right here for recent. If you ever click on that, you can see all of your recent files. So if you know you've worked on something in the past couple of days that you want quick access to, can't quite remember where you saved it, you can always go to your recents. Okay, so I started you off on your drive and talked about your folders. The next thing is your shared drive. Okay, so these drives are all folders and that have been not necessarily shared with me, but as shared with me based on my school. Your most important folder for this class, where you turn things in, is this little double person right here. It's called Shared with Me. I'm going to click on that. And then yours, you will have your computer graphics folder will show up with your period. So if you're in period 4, it'll be a different color and it'll be right here, and it will say period 4 computer graphics or period 5 computer graphics. It might just say the period number. It might just say 4 or 5 or whatever. I'll show you what it looks like. I'll start with my computer graphics. Okay, so your folder is going to look like this if you're in regular computer graphics. If you're in regular computer graphics, you're going to have a period 3 folder that's going to look like this, but it's going to be in your shared drive because I shared it with you. That's why yours looks a little different from mine, because I made the folder and I shared it with you, so that's what it looks like. So period 4, I put 4 little tulips. Period 5 has 5 little tulips, and that's what your guys' folder looks like. So if you are in my advanced computer graphics class, you're going to have a period 6 that looks like that, and period 7 looks like this. Once again, it's going to be in your shared with me area. And then my last class is period 5-6. Is my class 5-6. That's my 3rd year computer graphics students, and you guys will have a period 7 that looks like that. I'll make it pretty for you if you want to. So how do we actually get our work into these folders? So let's take a look at Advanced. My advanced class is already getting ready to turn in their first creative project, and we'll take a look at period 6. You can see that I've already made a folder. You will always have, for every creative project that you do, you will always have a folder when it's time to turn that in. So their first creative project is called a spoof. So let's open up that folder, and then right here you see a big circle. It'll say drop file here or use the new button. So we can come over here to new, and we can go to file upload, and then you can go to wherever you have your file saved. You might have it saved on your H drive, or if you have your Google Drive loaded, it could be saved there. So let's say that this is the file that I want to turn in. Okay? The important thing is you have to rename that file as your first and last name. So we'll rename the file. And then you're going to follow it up with whatever the project is called. So we'll call it spoof and hit open. Oh, looks like the file is lost. Okay, let's try it again. I'll go into my H drive. I'll try my computer graphics folder. So I did not rename that file. I just put it in here, and you guys can see right here that it's uploaded. Okay, so the next step is, since I didn't already change the name, now I'm going to rechange the name. So you got to go to rename. Do not play with the extension. If you play with the extension, your file I will not be able to open it. So you can see that that area was already highlighted. We're going to rename it Kathy Schlebecker. And then it's called a spoof. That's the assignment. And then hit OK. Okay, so there's my assignment. It's already on there. The one other thing that I have you guys do is I'd like to have you guys save your work as JPEGs and put it on here. So we're going to do that real quickly. I'm going to go back to my file folders and reopen that assignment. Let's see, I think that was under my H drive, under computer graphics. There it is. I have Photoshop already open, so now the file is open. And now I'm going to save this as a JPEG. So we're going to go to File, Save As. I'm going to save it on my computer. And then we're going to rename this, the same name. And we're going to call it Spoof. Save file type as. Here's where you're saving it as a JPEG. Move down to where it says JPEG. Okay. And then hit save. Hit OK. So let's go back over to here. And I should say Kathy Schlebecker. I should find my file here for book tutorials. Nope, it wasn't under book tutorials, I don't think. It was under computer graphics. Okay, and then Kathy Schlebecker spoof, that's where I just saved it. So move that over. I'm back over here in my Google Drive. Now before I showed you that if you click that circle, or if you go to new, you can upload, oops, I don't want a new folder. You can right click and you can go to upload files. So I'm going to show you a different way of uploading the file. I'm going to show you an easier way. Because it's already in here and saved the right way, I can just take this document and I can drag it over and drop it. We'll wait for a couple minutes and there we go. So anytime you save a creative assignment, you're going to save it in two formats. You're always going to save it in the format that you did it in, which is either in Photoshop first semester or Illustrator second semester, and then you're going to save it in another format. This semester, all we're going to do is save JPEGs. So you've got it in two different files. I have it in two different files. So everybody in this folder will have two files. You will be turning in two things. I'm going to show you one more thing. Now, if you've already got this far and you've loaded your assignment, you're not having any problems, that's just fine. But some of you, like we've talked about before, will not have Google Drive loaded in your Drive stream. Okay? So if you're one of those people that does not have Google Drive listed here, or if you're not saving anything on your computer, you're just saving things on your Google Drive, but it's not listed here, I'm going to show you guys what to do. So it's easier than what you think. I'm going to X out of this. Well, there's a couple of ways we can do this. And then we can open up a new tab. That's one way. And then you can go over to your Google Drive here on your other tab. Then we're going to go and find your files. So I'm going to find a random file just to show you what I'm doing. Let's see. So I went to my under the C file. So let's put this in the folder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to hit download. Like I said, there's multiple ways of doing this. This is just one way. So this file has been downloaded. Let's go back over to our shared Google Drive. Okay. And then I'm going to right click and I'm going to hit upload file. Now I'm going to go to downloads and here's my file. Double click it. You can see it's loading over here. And there's the new file that I loaded. Once again, rename it the way that you're supposed to rename it. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. I'm going to right click and then go to rename. And we're going to call this your first and last name. And then whatever the project is. Okay. I will have to make a JPEG of this document, put that in there, and then that's done.